Hello, everybody. Welcome to RGL Season 8 Invite Qualifier Matches. I'm Trad. Joining me today is Dirtman, and we are going to be covering walrex versus Kronge Realm. How are you doing, Dirtman?
Well, considering last week I managed to catch COVID, tonight I'm actually feeling pretty well, so I'm doing alright. About as good as I can be right now, anyway.
That sounds good. Not the COVID part, but feeling better as we don't want COVID spreading all over the place. And it's good news that you're feeling better because we got an exciting match today. We have walrex versus Crondrome, as I said before. Walrex already played one match in this invite qualifier stage, beating out, what was the team? I think it was
Bad Boy 9669, I believe.
yes, what a great name. And walrex actually won that pretty handedly, 2-0 overall, in both matches, going 5-1, 5-0. So it should be a good match today. Walrex coming in hot, but of course, Kronge Realm, they are a familiar name around RGL. So I'm thinking that they'll definitely put up quite a fight against Walrex here, who has the hot streak coming into this match. Do you have any thoughts about these two teams? Any of the players on them? Anything to look out for in this match?
Well, at least when it comes to the names, I haven't been around in the TF2 competitive community a whole long time, but at least with Walrex, a couple of the names I recognize are obviously Walrex and Virgil. None of the other players I really recognize all that much. But one thing I did notice and kind of stood out to me, um, Realm, as opposed to Walrex, most of their players have been together since season 4. So I have a feeling they're going to have some really good synergy, maybe some wacky strategies that we potentially haven't seen before. And I think that team synergy and them playing together for quite a while is maybe going to give them a little bit of an edge over Walrex, who I don't believe has played together, or at least any of those players within the last couple of seasons. Just Virgil and Walrex in season 4 with Witness Gaming is, to my knowledge, the only players that have played together before.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, Kronge Realm are definitely a team that have been together for quite a while. I remember casting them like 2 seasons ago. They're just hanging around the division right below Invite, just right around Invite level, never getting quite there. I think they were in Invite for one season, either last season or 2 seasons ago, just sticking around. But now they're looking to get back in, and it's good to see teams sticking around together, just building that synergy and just getting better and better. And hopefully they'll bring that A game here tonight against a hot Walrex team. The maps that we have for tonight, the first one is going to be Snakewater, second one going to be Process. Any thoughts on Snakewater, Process? Um, any match predictions, like score?
When it comes to the map, I mean, Snakewater, but Process especially, are kind of staples of the TF2 sixes. They've been in the game basically since the beginning of sixes. They're pretty optimized with the strategies and whatnot. But I hope to see a little bit of wackiness here and there. When it comes to predictions, obviously I want to see an even game because those are always the most fun to watch. So let's go maybe 5-3 in favor of Kronge Realm for Snakewater. I'm just giving them the edge there because of that synergy that I had mentioned earlier, but I could be totally wrong there.
Sounds about good. I'm sharing your dreams of a close match. Hopefully, we don't get a 5-0, 5-1, similar to what happened in the first invite qualifier match last night. But we can only hope and wish as the players are getting warmed up right now. We got 9 in the server, just waiting for the last 3 as they're warming up, doing some sniper duels. Um, yeah. What's your go-to class that you always play during the warm up?
Well, I think for me, as a soldier main myself, just soldier, trying to warm up those rockets, rocket jumps, and whatnot, just try to get a feel for the match and the rest of the players' movements, even though their movement may not be the same in the actual game as is in the warm up. Anything can help, especially against scouts.
Makes sense. Makes sense. That seems to be a really good, um, probably the best way to warm up on soldiers, just to play soldier. Yeah, but Sniper definitely a popular one, as we can see in the warm-up right now. Players still waiting around, and yeah, it's going to be an exciting match, hopefully. Do you have any thoughts about how Invite's going to shape up, any of the teams that are going to be in this season?
Um, I'm a little bit out of touch recently with the last couple of seasons of sixes. Uh, the most recent season that I remember, Freyotech got second. I think they were having a little bit of a rough time, but I did take a peek at the roster for this season. I hate to say it, but I think they're probably going to do quite well, as they always do. Although, I think as everybody would agree, it would always be nice to see another team take the win there.
Yes, of course. I think it was that was actually I think 2 seasons ago. Last season, I think Deck did come back on top, and it was Witness Gaming giving them a run for their money once again. And hopefully, we'll see a little bit more of that competitive edge in this season. Oh, we've got one more player. We got 10, 5, 6 of the way there, as we're waiting on the last remaining people here to come into the match. So hopefully, I'm actually not 100% sure on this. Does the winner of this match, I'm not sure if they're already through to invite or they're gonna play a couple more invite qualifier matches. I know that for the invite qualifier, what they're doing is playing these 2 map sets and they're getting points based on if they win the map or not. And then I'm guessing they're gonna count up who has the most points at the end. But hopefully I can get a little bit more information about the stakes in this match. Because it would be real exciting if we knew that one of these teams, if they win, they're through. It just give them a lot more to play for as they see the goal right at the end of the tunnel.
I mean, whether that be the case or not, the stakes on this match are still high nonetheless. You want to win, you want to get those points so you can actually make it into invite. However, it does work. These players are still probably just pumped to be here and have that chance to make it into invite, and potentially the chance to get crushed by Froyotech later on in the season.
That's true. That's always one thing to look forward to, I guess, if you're playing Invite in RGL. And RGL still going strong, 8 seasons of it. Hopefully this season, I don't know if it's this season or next season, we'll get those LAN playoffs that we've been wanting to see. Hopefully COVID will abate by then as well, and we'll just get back to that normalcy and that good TF2 that we all love to watch and play. We've got 11 in the server now, so just waiting for the last player, and then we'll get right into it.
Yeah, hopefully this is going to be a good game. Definitely don't want to see her roll here, although those can also be sometimes fun to watch, because when you get into rolls, that's when people start to get a little bit confident and start to bring out some of the meme strats. Different classes, different weapons. I mean,
That's true.
I want to watch a good game of TF2, a balanced game, obviously, but I also want to see the players screw around and have some fun.
And I want to see those air shots, because that's the main reason why we're all here, or at least for me. I absolutely love those big dopamine hits that seeing those things, the gibs in the air brings as but a competitive match, of course, is what we're all looking for here. So we're still waiting for this 11th player.
One thing I do want to mention, though, when it comes to Kronge, earlier I had said that most of the players had been playing together since Season 4, but at least since the last 1 or 2 seasons, all of the players that are on their current roster do have at least a couple of seasons with each other. Knowing your teammates and kind of how they think and their thought process is obviously helpful, but it's also not the end-all be-all, and as you had mentioned earlier with walrex coming in hot in their first qualifier match, it could honestly go either way.
And we're getting started. We have all 12 players. The match is starting right now as we go into it. let us get started here on walrex versus Kronge Realm. The invite season 8 closed qualifiers into the invite. So now both teams are rolling out here. It's going to be a little tough for me because some of these players are not tagged up as the actual names for me, but the blue team, that is Nomi, just shooting pipes across. One soldier bombing forward on the side of Kronge Realm, trying to get a lot of damage, but it seems like walrex is getting forward with this win. Only Skelly living on the side of Kronge Realm. I think he's hiding in kitchen right now, looking to do a play, but he's gonna get found out. And walrex with a convincing first mid win.
Yeah, I think where it started going well for walrex there was just that really nice double bomb. The medic of Kronge Realm, however, did pull off a pretty nice surf up into the catwalk area there. But unfortunately, a good direct rocket kind of dispatched at him. But both men did die, so we're not really seeing too much of an Uber advantage. Maybe 5 or 10% in favor of Kronge Realm here.
Yeah, we're seeing the two teams go around, and there's a soldier bombing in, getting a lot of good rockets onto the medic of Kronge Realm. There's going to be a scout just finishing him off, and now it seems like walrex, the team, not just the player, has extended themselves quite a bit. They're down 3 players, and they're going to back up all the way through their saw, giving up mid to the side of Kronge Realm. So Kronge Realm doing a nice job recovering from that first initial mid loss. Both teams now, I think, having the Uber. Let me just double check that.
Yep, both teams do have even Uber right now, with Kronge Realm going into second. Looks like they're going to try and go through Saw here. Just trying to poke and prod, see if they can find an opening. At this point, they're probably going to be trying to go in for a couple of sack waves. Just try and force that Uber so that they have some sort of advantage to play with.
We can see the there's one soldier bombing in, is not able to really get any damage onto Virgil staying out of the way, and that's going to be Skelly down, so leaves an opening now for walrex, the team. I keep saying walrex, there is walrex the player as well, but walrex the team, they're going to try and send one soldier in. He gets completely destroyed. Monster taking the kill, and now the ball is back in the court of Kronge Realm to try and do something with this one life advantage.
I mean, they did try to make something of the sack there, but the scouts of walrex just...
Yeah, they're moving forward on grass right now. They're getting a lot of space, but they actually taking a lot of damage. Their demo Nomi has to back up, eat an arrow. They do get one pick in exchange to help equalize, and they're all just gonna back up to their respective places. We're gonna see that stalemate TF2 that we all know, and let's see if somebody can break it soon here.
When it comes down to the stalemates here, if we're having pretty bad stalemates on Snakewater, I'm kind of interested to see how Process goes, because to my knowledge, Process is just inherently a fairly stalematey map. But it does look like Kronge Realm is pulling back a little bit here, not trying to take too much ground. We are still even with the Ubers, no advantage or disadvantage either way. But both teams are set up pretty well here, and it looks like Kronge Realm is trying to go for some sort of a take through Saw, maybe trying to get a player in for a sack.
Yeah, that's Skelly getting in pretty far, but it's actually Virgil who's gonna pick up the kill. Ali gets a response, so keeps it even. And a lot of the players of Kronge Realm are grouped around this Saw. That's Nomi really far forward. The medic comes back to assist him, and there's a lot of frags being traded back and forth. walrex getting the bad end of the stick here as they're down 1 player. It seems like they're gonna try and back off here, not lose the Uber. walrex is committing in here, and they do pop here. It's gonna be really good for Kronge Realm if they can keep all their players alive. They do lose 2 players though, and do have the Uber. So I don't know about that trade right there. Seems like they will be able to use it.
They did lose the players there, and unfortunately it looks like they are going to potentially lose the midpoint as well. Had they been able to hold on to the midpoint, I would have said that's a perfect trade, because then you can look to go into second, roll in with the Uber advantage, and hope to wipe them in order to be able to snowball into last. But with them losing the midpoint, they're only going to be able to snowball into second, and then from there it's probably just going to be another stalemate while Ubers equalize.
Yeah, the Uber is already 50-60% for Virgil, building quite well here as Kronge Realm, now they're taking the Uber in. They do have the advantage. Nomi leading the troops forward, and it seems like they aren't going to do anything else with it here. They're just taking a lot of pressure, a lot of ground here, just using the fear of the Uber pop. But they are losing one player. Finally, the Uber does come out, but they've lost two players. Uber going forward now, but it's taken so long that Virtue's gotten her own Uber. And now, oh no, that's a disaster there as the medic goes down on the side of Kronge, and walrex are just streaming forward, looking to try and take their first round.
Honestly, I think Kronge waited a little bit too long to try and do something there. When they took that fight on mid, it was only about a 20 or a 10 to 20% Uber advantage for them. And that's enough that you can just kind of back out and milk out their Uber and then just roll in with your own. And at that point, it's a losing game for Kronge in a fight like that. And that's exactly what we saw here with walrex being able to take the second point.
Yeah, let's see. We do have Whelp on Engineer building up the gun. They do have the Uber disadvantage because they lost their medic in that exchange. And seems like walrex are trying to build this as fast as possible so they can use the slight Uber advantage. They're coming in through right here, popping right away, leaving no room for the sniper, getting a little bit of cap pressure. And it seems like they're trying their best here. They do have two picks in exchange. A demo versus demo fight on the right side, but now they are taking all the frags. They are going to take the first round in this match.
You know, I think the sniper there for Kronge was trying to go for the so-called God shot or the Jesus shot of whatnot, trying to drop that Uber just before they pop. But in a case like this, I think it was just a little bit too late for it to be honestly worthwhile to even try and go for it.
Yeah, and let's see if Kronge will be able to kick it back into gear in this second round. The demos launching stickies across at each other. Soldiers taking the high ground. There's one soldier bombing forward first on walrex, and the fight has been initiated as the first casualty is going to be on the side of walrex, and it's looking much better for Kronge as they're picking up all the frags in this mid. walrex, Virgil, walrex, everybody down. And they're going to keep their medic alive, so they will have 100% Uber advantage. They're likely going to take this second point and then try and roll it into the last.
Well, Kronge is definitely doing a really good job there, showing that they're not out of the game just yet after that first round. Being able to dispatch those bombs, send in bombs of their own, and just be able to collapse around walrex. Obviously with the wipe on mid, you get second for free, and as you had mentioned, they do have the full Uber ad going into last year. They're going to want to take this fast. They are going to take it through the shutter with a double scout Uber. They do get one pick on the demo, a super important pick early on in a last pull. The soldier's going to go down to him, but heavy on the side of walrex. But it's not going to be enough, as the collapse comes in from the rest of Kronge when they get the round.
Kronge showing that they are not going to go down without a fight, just equalizing it right away with a really emphatic round, taking it right away at the mid, killing the medic, and now we are even 1-1. And 9 minutes passed on the half. There's still quite a lot of time for both teams to really put and take the advantage in this half, as both demos again coming up, just shooting stickies across. The scouts taking the high ground on the side of Kronge. You can see everybody is grouped up on that catwalk while Virgil is playing on the ground. There's one soldier bombing forward, and it seems to be a lot of even frags trading across 4v4 right now, but the positioning is so much better for walrex, as it seems like Kronge is just going to back up here to second, try not to lose everybody. Det jumping forward, one sticky, trying to just shoot the hero pipe, but Nomi is so caught out. He's going to go down, and walrex, they don't even have mid yet, and they're on second, playing with a lot of confidence in this third round.
Yeah, the confidence definitely coming out there, and just being able to collapse and kind of overpower Kronge. But Kronge, their medic, definitely doing a very good job there, just being able to keep that Uber. They do pop earlier and then get the force out. They are unfortunately going to have a slightly worse Uber. And with less players and less positioning, the collapse is going to come in from walrex, and it doesn't look like this is going to be ending too well for Kronge.
Yeah, seems like it's kind of even right now, but they are losing all their players now. Only two remaining. It's only going to be the demo and the medic to try and hold a valiant last defense. Demo, oh, he gets hit in the air with the rocket, and he's just zoned out. walrex responding back in kind with another quick round, and it's 2-1.
I mean, again, like, these quick rounds are just going back and forth. It would be kind of cool to see if that would happen throughout the rest of the game, but obviously you don't necessarily want that, but you may, because it's not, or it's better than the stalemates. We are coming into this fourth mid here, however. Devils just both exchanging stickies earlier on. Players trying to get into position to send in their mid-fight bombs and whatnot in order to try and get a pick. The medic of walrex definitely taking some early damage there.
Oh, Monster's coming in from behind. One rocket onto Virgil. Oh, unable to finish the kill. Virgil manages to dodges around, gonna get the health pack. But with that, everybody else is out of position on walrex, and they're gonna back up here. Yeah, it seems like Kronge managed to win that mid there. Good play for Monster, just distracting the whole team as they look to cap the midpoint. Here we go. There's gonna be a fight right away. Uber trade looks to be nobody gonna be dropping just yet, but there's a little bit more flashing on the side of Kronge. This solo Uber, he's gonna outsay his welcome the scout on the side of walrex, and now it's gonna be a total collapse. Only the medic remaining, and she is gonna be caught out. Really nice play by Kronge, just staying in the fight. They did lose their medic as well, but they should be able to get this second point now with their two remaining players.
Definitely a really scrappy fight there. Those are always kind of fun, and also, I guess nerve-wracking, because you never know who's going to win it in the moment. You're just trying to wait, hold out for those kills, and just place those rockets accordingly to where you need to. And as we had seen here, Kronge did come out on top there, but both medics did die, so coming into last, we're not going to have too much of an advantage. But due to proper building and escorting and whatnot, the medic of Kronge is going to have about a 20 to 30% advantage, which is definitely possible to work off of. Although you definitely
I think Kronge is on the crit streak as well, so they'll be trying to use that to their advantage. Just take the players of walrex off guard, and they're coming in through lower there. There's Nomi shooting the first sticky, unable to connect, and now walrex. Virgil knows what the game is up. Monster getting the first frag. A lot of cap time around halfway through, but they're losing players now. Oh my god, they're going to lose 3 players. And that gamble has not paid off, as they're going to have to back up all the way from second. And they're stuck on this crit streak as well. Virgil did not pop. So now Uber versus crits. The Uber is going to win every single time.
I definitely like the crits play there. Both medics came up at the same time, so it's going to give you a little bit of an advantage. But it definitely was a gamble, and I think with the crits, maybe taking it through the big door on the right there would have been just a little bit better, as you're getting in that little bit closer as opposed to going down from lower. It's a long way to try and arc those crit stickies.
Yeah, it's hard to use crits, but the benefit is that you're getting it really fast, as they already hit the crits a second time. 2 crits is before the Uber is even being popped on the side. Oh, there is the Uber on the side of walrex as they're moving forward now, picking up those frags. Nomi is going to get caught out in the second point. Oh, the medic Styles just trying his best. They're staying around here. Oh, the rest of the team has come to support, so it's only going to be one player that's dead, jumping out. He's just avoiding the rest of the team of Kronge. Does get picked up, and now they're going to stream forward, try and use this crits again to retake this midpoint.
I mean, Dead kind of getting trapped behind there isn't necessarily ideal. He may have been able to try and do a sneaky play on the medic there, but he did try and get out, which was probably the right call. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it out with Slipe.
Yeah, the sniper play trying to come out, and now the stickies are just raining destruction down. Nomi doing his best Habib impression as they pick up all the frags. There's only going to be one player remaining, and he is not going to be able to do really anything as Kronge equalizes 2-2 in this first.
You know, the gamble with crits really did end up paying off in the end there. They were just able to keep their medic alive through that Uber, and at that point, you're back in the driver's seat with not only advantage, but just the crits being able to get that up faster, and they made it work there.
Yeah, really good play from Kronge. Make me eat my own words as Nomi and Det are going to do their dance again at this beginning of the mid. Seems like Styles is actually changing it up on Kronge, not rolling out on the catwalk this time, going to be on the low ground. He's going to be a lot more successful with these soldier bombs. Both soldiers coming in, but he stays alive. The other soldier saw unable to capitalize on the damage on the medic, but it seems like it's given a lot of space to his team. But now they're losing their players. Oh, it's going to be up to Styles. Can he stay alive? Oh, no. Goes down right at the end. So there's going to be no Uber advantage for Kronge. And another 1v1 on the midpoint. Just the delay tactics. Trying to make it as hard as possible in the 1v2 win.
You know,
the 1v2.
Scout being one of those classes, especially against other scouts, that just two well-placed shots that can completely dispatch of your enemy. I think Kronge there, though, they kind of messed up by splitting up their scouts. Had they taken the 2v1, they definitely would have won that way easier as opposed to taking two individual 1v1s, which ended up losing them that midpoint.
Yeah, unfortunate for Kronge. Their scouts were a little bit disconnected, so Nixie just comes in with the 1v2, gives the leg up advantage for his team, and walrex are going to try and look to make use of that as they do have the midpoint. Soldiers going down lower here, both buffed up. Let's see if there's going to be a double bomb. One soldier bombing forward, walrex trying his best. Alexandros. And now there's the other response. Skelly coming in from behind and manages to get the force. Really nice play using that distraction to get in there. And now the return force coming out of the side of Kronge. So everything looking more or less even here as Kronge should be able to hold on to their second. There's a scout in from behind. They don't see him. He's coming in. He's still just staying up there. And they don't see him. They don't see him. He's still on second. I don't know how they don't see him. He's just standing there, crouched. And now he's gonna apply some pressure on the backlines here, taking a 1v1 versus Monsta. He should win this. Monsta almost gets the pickaxe, but it's gonna be for naught as they stack the mid cap. And Kronge just rolling forward with this. Seems like they are sending some players back to try and deal with this pest in their backlines. Just playing ring around the rosy. There's a 1v1. 12 wins the fight. Very nice play against Golden. And now that was enough of a distraction for the rest of walrex to come back in here. So it seems like they will be able to retake the midpoint for now as Kronge is just going to give it up. And I say that way too soon as they come right back in.
Yeah, with the Uber being popped off here, walrex or Virgil isn't actually going to use the Uber. They're going to conserve that and kind of just pull out of the point there, being able to almost 100% milk out that Uber. They did lose the midpoint in the process, but honestly, I think it was worth it because now they have the 100% Uber advantage, and if they play this right, they could get 2 points for the price of 1 off this next mid fight.
Yeah, very tactical play from walrex there, team. Keeping their medic alive, not having to pop, just playing around each other, playing around the heals, getting 2 frags despite the Uber being popped out of Kronge. So now, as you said, they're gonna look for get that buy 2 get 1 free as they're looking to get the second point as well with this Uber advantage. They're already taking all the space. Kronge do not want any of the smoke. They're already gonna lose 1 player and back it up all the way to last.
Now, walrex did get both mid and second without having to use their Uber, but they took long enough to the point where Ubers have now equalized. But again,
oh my god,
to milk out the Uber and force out the other medic, and that Uber is going to be almost entirely wasted. And now we have full Uber ad going into last. A really good play there from walrex.
Yeah, unreal play. It seems like they didn't even lose a soldier there. The soldiers just got in, got the force, and escape. So now they have the 100% advantage. Oh, and there's a sniper shot. It's not going to be the medic, the high value target, but that is going to slow down the push. Oh, and the soldier coming in from behind. It's going to be an early pop here on the right side. They're already getting a lot of good cap time, 50%, but the frags are now going the favor of Kronge. Everybody dying here. Only going to be 3 players alive for walrex, and those 3 players are going to back up all the way to mid.
Yeah, honestly, Skelly there had a really good play going in through lower to get into lobby. Just not only kind of splitting up the people of walrex, but getting a. I think he did manage to get 1 or 2 picks, or at least slow some people down, so that it wasn't the full force going into last there with that Uber.
Yeah, and we see the off class now. Nixion Sniper all the way back in his kitchen, just looking at the catwalk, hoping that's where the push is going to come in from. Hiding the beam, one soldier jumps through, but it seems like no one is going to grace his crosshairs just for now, as the rest of Kronge coming in. A little bit of a stutter there. Oh, he still is scoped in. The sniper! The medic runs across his sightline, but he is not able. His reflexes were not fast enough, and that is going to be very bad for walrex here. It's only going to be 3 versus 6. The Uber exchange here. The best they can do is try and escape, but there's going to be one soldier trying to cut that off. Seems like they will be able to escape as best, at least their medic. Just sticking around in lobby here. Det trying to get a little bit of damage to pad his logs here. And Kronge going to cap up the second point and see if they can get into this last and take the first half here.
Yeah, definitely a good play they're getting into that second point. Unfortunately, I did miss most of it, but it looks like they are going to push last without Uber.
A lot of cap time, so much cap time, and it's only going to be the scout remaining. Kronge with a nice comeback here, 3-2, and that's going to round out the first half here. A very competitive half, as we were hoping for. A lot of back and forth.
Yeah, a couple of half Satoichi kills to just round it out at the end there, on that point. Looks like it, yeah.
I don't know if they're going right into it. It seems like some of the players are still AFK, so I think we will actually be utilizing, both teams will be utilizing the halftime here. But what an exciting match. Yeah.
Well, definitely it looks like it is going to be an exciting little series here. Both teams are pretty even in balance, but again, there have been some fairly one-sided rounds as well, which we always like to see. It kind of breaks up the, I guess boringness, not really the word I'm looking for there, but of just the stalemates and kind of just sitting around, sack, counter sack, and then just repeat until eventually a medic dies or gets forced.
Yeah, there was a lot of good soldier plays, players getting in behind, making a lot of space, and getting those critical forces. I think that last push for that third round where walrex were looking to get in and use the advantage that they had. I don't actually know if I think it was both sides. No, they did have an Uber advantage, and then one player got picked by the sniper, and then the other soldier came in from behind and got the early force. So a lot of critical plays from Kronge just helping them defend and then capitalize to then take the rounds.
I think if I remember correctly, that sniper pick in that last hold there was actually on a scout, which upon first thought you wouldn't think is super important. You're always wanting to go for either that medic or that the demo, of course. But especially in Uber, scouts are quite powerful. The ability to just two-shot any of the other classes on the board with some well-placed meat shots, it's something that definitely shouldn't be overlooked.
Yes, for sure. As oh, we have a little bit of a server. Is the server dead? Everybody is
Frozen.
in the air. Server is still live. Okay. Best case scenario here.
Any highlights from that first half there? Just moments that kind of stood out to you, plays that stood out, any specific players?
I have to say, I think Monza was doing a lot in the back lines. I think both demos were doing a pretty good job, just locking it down for both teams. I think we have logs actually we can see on the stream here. Seems like Ali was doing the best damage-wise on the side of Kronge. His counterpart, okay, what a great name, on the side of walrex. These logs do suck. I agree. The names suggest. But I think there were some couple of good high impact plays. You can see that Let's see the demo diff here. Yeah, it seems like Det was doing a lot, just keeping the whole team in this.
I mean, really good damage there, obviously, from Det there. But I think just looking at the logs, one of the players that kind of stands out the most to me right now is Allion Scout. 25 and 9, and definitely putting the most kills on the board. Definitely doing a really good job for the Kronge there. Just helping in team fights, presumably Ubers as well, and just getting those key picks that are needed in order to win those fights.
Yes, I agree. I apologize for pausing here. I'm trying to get my names config so I don't I actually know who is who on the walrex team. I've been trying to go blind here for a little bit, so hopefully I can get that fixed for the second half. All right, this should look better. Seems like there's a player missing on both sides, so hopefully they can resolve whatever technical issues they have. Maybe they're going for a bathroom break. As this match has been quite intense, I would not fault either of them for needing a little bit of a break. And actually, all the players are in the server. They're just not on their respective teams, and we're getting right back into it.
So, going into the second half here, do you hope to see anything different, anything the same? Just what do you hope to see here?
I hope to see some good TF2, and I hope for walrex to maintain that same pressure that they had in that first round that they won. Hopefully they can bring it back here in the second half as we get back into it. And it seems like the soldiers are so aggressive, and Contra right away! 2 frags, the soldiers just running, bombing straight across. 2 early frags, medic down. They're trying their best to keep their medic alive on the side of Contra, but they are going to go down as well, and now it's going to be a walrex win. That is not what you would have expected from that mid-start, but walrex winning it out here, and we have 6v5.
Yeah, looks like some more technical difficulties there, but as you had mentioned, like, that really aggressive bomb coming in and kind of just decimating the other team. Definitely a very decisive mid-fight there, and hopefully getting some momentum that they're going to hope to carry throughout the rest of the match.
Yeah, and it seems like this is... Yeah, I'm not sure if they're still continuing with this round or they're going to get a pause or something like that. But I guess Kronge are just going to take advantage of this. The whole team streaming forward onto second now. Only 3 players remaining on the side of walrex. Just sitting on bats here. Going to take a lot of span from the from all of the bombing rockets here. Now they're going to move forward. Uber popped out, but Kronge not feeling really any pressure. Despite even losing 1 player, they know they're playing a 6v5 and they're just keeping their forces alive. The soldier on the second point, 1v1ing. Oh, he pickaxes Golden down on the second point, doing his best Minecraft impression. Now Det responds with the pan. A lot of melee fighting here happening, but it seems like his days are going to be numbered as he drops on this second point. Uber popped. I'm not sure if they're really going forward with this.
They don't really have the numbers at this point, and especially with Scout coming up behind, Styles doesn't seem like he's going to be long for this world, and especially with the rest of the collapse coming in from walrex. But definitely a good job from Styles and the rest of his team there in that earlier fight on grass, just managing to come back into kitchen and keep that little bit of Uber advantage alive as the Uber gets popped. But in the end, it didn't really matter because walrex, as I mentioned, that really good collapse coming in, using the player they had behind to just wipe out the rest of Kronge and take that second point and move into mid as well with the wipe.
Yeah, walrex doing a nice job recovering there. Despite being a player down, they look to be in the advantage. Right now, there's Whelp with a nice shot, hiding in the respawn. He's still there, peeks out again. Still tempting fate, finally despawns, but manages to get 1 pick, get that off class frag, and it was on a pretty critical class as well on Det, the demo, so no stickies on the side of Kronge. Doesn't look like they're gonna do anything with that though, as I think they are on the disadvantage, almost have the Uber 90%, and walrex, I am not sure if they knew they had the advantage, but now they're moving across grass now. One soldier bombing forward. Virgil does not pop. And still has the Uber both sides. Nobody popping just yet. Seems like they're going to edge this second point, and Kronge is going to give it up.
Yeah, definitely a good try there from the sniper on Krondrel. I mean, getting a good pick demo is definitely going to slow down that incoming push and give them a little bit of time to build some Uber and hopefully equalize that disadvantage. But in the end, it's not really the pick you're looking for, nor was it the pick that helped them hold second either. A good try on the sack, but unfortunately just not quite able to hit that air shot and gets dispatched by the scout.
Alexandros on the tower just jumping right in. Is cleaned up. 2 frags on the side of Kronge. So let's see what they do with this. Gonna edge forward, just clearing all the traps. The scouts leading the way. And walrex do not want to give this up. They have all their players really far forward. One scout is now fighting here. That's Whelp trying his best, just distracting on the logs as the rest of his team stream forward. And walrex, they don't have the players here yet. The respawns are just coming in now. Virgil not popping just yet, and now they're somehow turning it around, getting 1 frag. The Uber trade on the point. It's looking pretty even now, but a lot of unhealthy players on the side of Kronge. Scouts coming back in. Golden drops. Alexandros bombs right back in. And there's Zed trying to pan down the medic. The medic is still there. It gets panned down. walrex just memeing all over on Kronge here, looking to get revenge and equalize it 3-3. And it's only going to be Skelly, the heroic defense, looking to kill Virgil. Virgil survives. And there is going to be walrex responding back in kind. 3-3 in the match.
You know, early on in that Uber exchange there on second, it was looking good. But walrex, their team, just made the good decision of being able to get in behind Kronge into lobby. And once you're in behind them, Kronge has nowhere to go. Their exits are cut off, and the rest of the collapse from the respawning players of walrex just comes in and just kind of collapses on Kronge, and with no escape, they have no choice but to die, and they end up losing the round.
So let's see if Kronge can do better than that last bit. Both soldiers high bombing on the side of walrex. Really nice coordination, but unable to sync up the rockets as friggin' Styles is just gonna survive, and everybody on the side of walrex is just gonna die in the meantime. So really nice play from Styles to avoid the rockets. Really nice play from Kronge to clean up all the rest of the frags, keeping everybody alive as they're gonna move forward, take the midpoint, take the second point, and look to take the last point with their full Uber advantage.
On that mid there, definitely a really nice, super coordinated double bomb coming in. But as you had mentioned, Styles being able to surf it out of the way behind the shack, and the rest of his team coming in to support him. Honestly, there, I want to credit the synergy from Kronge and Styles just knowing where his team is and where is safe for him at that point.
Yeah, really nice focus fire from Kronge, the scouts in the Uber, just beaming down the demo and then focusing on the heavy, cleaning up all the rest of the frags. Oh, this is exemplary teamwork that we're seeing out of Kronge here. That synergy that we talked about coming into full force as they take the lead now, 4-3.
Definitely pretty perfect there as I'm complimenting them on their synergy. They just go and exemplify what I'm saying about them. Just a perfect last push. As you had mentioned, perfect focus fire, getting those key targets down early and being able to take the round at the end.
So let's see if we see that all-out aggression again. The double bomb from the soldiers. It seems like Alexandros is just going to be waiting here. There's the high bomb. Both soldiers again going up high, but this time not committing all the way. Golden manages to pick up a frag, and this time walrex. It's a complete opposite of the past mids as they pick up all the frags. They're going to pick up the midpoint, and I think they're going to be able to get the second point as well as the soldiers here. Alexandros high bombing, just getting them off of the plat, and they should be able to take this second point as well.
Yeah, Kronge just didn't have the numbers in order to hold that second point after the mid-fight, losing all but 2, I believe. They did manage to get Styles out alive, though, keeping that Uber. So at least it's not all for naught, and they're not on full G we just had going into last year. They do have a little bit of something to play with and try and play around here as the sacks eventually come in from walrex.
Yeah, walrex just clearing lobby here, making space for his team as they're all coming in now, grouping up on lobby. They're on the right side here. I don't think they're going to take this in. There's a sentry gun built up. and it's denying it being an anti-air gun here. Gets one good rocket. Nice try from Alexandros, but Styles just surfs it around and not gonna pop to that as now it's gonna be Kronge's turn. There's Skelly trying his best. He gets stuffed in the bottom area, unable to make it back out alive. walrex finishes the frag. And let's see if walrex tries and does something. walrex the player, no, he's gonna get cleaned up. So everything just equalizing here, and we do have a sniper, Alexandros.
When it comes to that failed sack attempt from walrex, the reason that failed though, I think, is just because Styles just has the full trust in his teammates. Just knowing that his team isn't going to allow him or that soldier to get off that last rocket. Looks like we have a spy for Kronge.
We do have Skelly.
The sniper.
Yep. And he's in behind on the Invisi watch. All the way in behind now. Calls out the sniper and disguising here. Gonna be sneaky here. Just taking his time. Not making the move yet. Let's see what Alexandros does. He's on the bottom, on the lower area right now, but Styles is not gonna go in that sight line. So it's gonna be up to Skelly now, making his move. Right behind the scout. Not taking the scout! Oh, and he gets the backstab! What? Taking the patience. Just going around the scout. Could have gotten that frag, but he goes for the high value target and takes down Virgil. That is a huge MVP play right there. The double sub from Det, trying to salvage the situation. 2 pipes in, but it's not going to be enough. No Uber, they can't hold the second point. So walrex just going to be backing up all the way, and no! Oh my lord, Monster just jumps right back into the mid. Virgil respawns, go back into the respawn queue. 2 rockets, real crispy. Huge plays here from Kronge.
That was quite the exchange of events there. Starting out with a spy backstab, as you said, going for the perfect target, and then just a perfect collapse, again, coming in from the rest of his team, playing off of that, and just not allowing any of the walrex players to get away. And again, that extra med pick at the end there is just icing on the cake at that point. 3 points, or essentially, again, 2 points for the price of 1, and Uber advantage.
Amazing plays from both Whelp and Monster there, just putting the team, they're really showing that they want to win this match. End it here 5-3, as they can do it here. The Uber is gonna equalize out pretty soon, 80% on the side of Virgil, but Kronge know this. They're moving forward already, slowly inching their way here. There's going to be the high bomb coming in from the soldier, landing on the pipe. A lot of damage being done on the side of Kronge, and they're crumbling, losing 2 players, losing their demo. They're not going to use this Uber. They don't want to lose the Uber as well. So they're going to back up here and try and hold the midpoint with 4 players, a 2-player disadvantage. The force comes out from Skelly, really nice play. But the Uber is popped out of the side of Kronge as well, so I think they're gonna have to lose and back up from this mid here, as they do get 1 pick, but they lose 1 of their own as well. And walrex moving forward, recapping the mid.
I mean, I want to say good on Styles for not popping the Uber there in that initial bomb just at the end of Saw, but I kind of feel like popping there may have been the right call instead, because by the time he did end up popping, they had already lost the players, and even though Uber went all right, in the post Uber he just didn't have the numbers because he had lost them in that initial bomb, which could have been saved by using that Uber and trying to get out of force. Maybe at that point we would have been fighting over the midpoint or second and not necessarily last, but you can always speculate.
So now, walrex looking for the 4-4 equalizer. They're using the Uber right away. Styles is going to be all alone. Oh, they managed to get the resub all the way back. Styles stays alive. The push crumbles on the side of walrex. Despite the good Uber advantage, the good zoning, they weren't able to get the frags or the zoning necessary. And Kronge streams forward. They're going to retake the 2nd point.
Definitely a good last hold there. A little bit scrappy though at the end. The engineer play, maybe not being the most useful. That gun is a little bit of extra damage and just 1 more target you need to direct damage and fire towards in order to be able to secure that point.
We got a sniper
out of it, so worthy trade in my book.
We got a sniper on Nixie. Managed to get one frag onto Whelp, but unable to get anything else. Let's see if Nixie can work his magic. Coming out from lower now onto the midpoint. He's gonna clear the sticky first. Gotta check your corners, clear the stickies, sees the head, unable to connect. But they are gonna get this midpoint. And Skelly's coming in from behind, from the kitchen. Oh, Nixie, another shot. Huge frags here on the demo. It's gonna work out really nice for walrex if they're able to extend this fight, keep their demo alive, and that is what is gonna happen. They're gonna pick up Monster as well, and now they're streaming forward. One soldier, Skelly, saving it for his team, coming in from above, killing Virgil, and now Whelp just trying to survive here and pick up the frags. As Styles is still alive, they're gonna have an uber advantage, but if they can kill the players of walrex as well, that would be nice.
I mean, another couple of sniper picks coming in there for the side of walrex, definitely helping them to secure not only the midpoint, but moving on to second there as well.
Yeah, Nixie didn't die, so he's still on the sniper, just peering through this really dirty sightline. Let's see if he's gonna be able to. Anybody's gonna come into his sights. One soldier teasing him here, but the medic is not in the sightline. And it seems like everything's just gonna equalize here. Wait, an Uber is being popped out of Styles. They must know there was a sniper there. Yeah, they used. And then the back cut, the attempt for walrex. He's getting a lot of cap time.
No.
What is happening? Oh no, no one was back there. The engineer derelict in his duties, leaving it up to a sentry gun, but the sentry gun is not a player and it is not able to stop the back cap. We're tied 4-4.
Honestly, that sentry gun spot, at least to me, it looked really good, but just leaving that little corner, however the soldier got in there, I have no idea, but good on him for being able to get in and get the back cap, definitely looking for that right opening, and I believe equalizing it to 4-4 right now, fighting over the last round for this map going to this last fight. A lot of really high ground being taken by both teams, kind of just skirmishing over it, trying to get that early damage and look for their chance to go in for a sack. When the soldier's getting down really low, he's going to have to get arrowed up. The scout does need it. Just taking heals away from the rest of the team there. One player going down, although Kronge isn't very healthy. Although neither team is right now. With the collapse coming from Kronge, they're just going to be trying to clean up these last of the stragglers and hopefully be able to kill Virgil as well. Although Virgil did use the time wisely in order to get away and conserve some of that Uber.
I feel so bad for Alexandros. He sat in his own kitchen for like 10 seconds, but was unable to capitalize. And the Skelly bomb coming right in, picks up Virgil. Huge plays. walrex trying to equalize, but that is not going to be able to be recovered from. A whole medic down, no Uber, and now the Uber is going to come right back in. It's going to be a 4v4, but the Uber advantage is always going to be very strong. Now it's going to be 3v3. Respawner's coming back in, Virgil coming in, and the Uber is not going to be the be-all, end-all here, as walrex will defend. And now they will have the Uber advantage as well, as they do kill Styles in that push.
Honestly, the spawner's just coming in right at the perfect time there. But walrex, some of their players just being able to get in behind the back, or in behind that Uber as a dip fade, and just the collapse is always what you want to see, especially in post Ubers. You're always looking for that opportunity to collapse.
Yeah, and somehow as we were talking, Virgil died again. So now the advantage is right back in favor of Kronge, as they pick up 2 frags as well. A 50% advantage, Virgil spawns up. So walrex, let's see if they can get the heroics going for another time and keep themselves alive in this map.
Yeah, definitely at this point things are looking kind of grim for them, coming in yet again to a almost 100% Uber ad last push. They're definitely not going to be able to get Uber in time. Do have Nixie going for that sniper god shot as well to just try and save them and start them off this little bit longer. But it looks like the Uber is going to be coming in through Shutter. A little bit disconnected there, a little bit disjointed, but it looks like they are going to get the players in. There is nobody on the point right now. Stickies have been detonated, and it looks like with a lot of the cap time, things are looking good for Kronge. Unfortunately, the players just aren't there, nor the focus fires, and they're not able to get the picks that they need in order to secure that point.
Oh my god, the soldier nearly capped it out there. Oh god. That would have been the biggest throw, I think, of the whole match. But walrex stave it off, and they're going to take the second point with an Uber advantage here. Hopefully, Virgil does not drop to anything here, and they can use this all the way to take the midpoint. Seems like they're grouping up towards Saw, and let's see if they'll pop through right away or if they're going to try and take some ground first.
I mean, ideally right now for Kronge, depending on what they try and do here.
Oh no! What did we say, Virgil? Don't throw it away. And then she goes and throws it away. walrex, they're trying to recover here, trying to get the frags that they can, and they do get style, so it's not everything is lost. 1 HP remaining, but that was not what we wanted to see, and not what the players from walrex wanted to see as well. And Virgil dying really early there. She's going to be disconnected from the rest of her players, so she's not going to have like any advantage against Styles here. So Kronge going to get the second point, and it's going to be pretty even coming into this last fight.
Now, what happened on that mid there, you may say that's not what we want to see, but everybody loves seeing stuff like that. Insane all-in plays, managing to get the drop, and then it ending in just a super scrappy all-in fight from both teams. I was just talking, or just about to mention, how for Kronge, it's going to be an all-in play there. Either they basically all-in sack and force the Uber and lose the point anyway, or the Uber gets used and they lose the point anyway. Either way, they're probably going to lose the point, but they ended up going for the all-in, getting that drop, which I didn't really expect to happen, and then just a really good collapse, really scrappy fight, being able to win it out in the end and getting second out of it as well.
Everything equalizes on the battlefield here as both teams have Uber. See going on the off class, the engineer, sentry gun down in the middle, really good at preventing any of those sack plays, and the medic playing on the right side here behind the tower, really going to be safe from any type of play. Oh, and the double sticky, huge trap from Dead, and the sentry gun just finishing it off with a third kill. So Kronge, they're still sticking around here, trying to get some extra damage, maybe a kill. And walrex are really hesitant on pushing out, despite getting 3 picks there.
I mean, I would be hesitant to push out there too, because the second they tried to, I think a sticky trap took out one of their scouts. We do still have the even Ubers, and especially on last, it's really risky to try and push out with that even Uber, as you're not the one who has ground to essentially back in and retreat to set up for a collapse. And pushing out a last with that Uber, you're setting yourself up for failure in that post Uber.
You see, losing your life on one of those sticky traps, there's always a silver lining, as Whelp is now able to respawn as the sniper man. So we get a little bit of an off class, and let's see what Whelp can do. Playing a really passive position there, trying to break his fall damage, but unable to do so. And now he's going to come up to the battlements, charge up a shot, but Virgil's not going to be in that sideline. He's going to have to be a lot more adventurous if he wants to get the hero shot.
And I think adventurous is definitely the name of the game here as Sniper, because it seems like Virgil especially knows where these sniper sightlines on, playing the game for quite a while, and especially in Invite the last couple of seasons here.
Oh, Whelp has his shot charged up. He's going to peek the... Oh, he had an opportunity. He had an opportunity. He's going to go up, drop down now. Still charging up the shot. One soldier spots him out. Pushes him back.
There's
a soldier underneath walrex. He might try and do something. walrex for walrex, but he's not going to do anything. And it's going to be up to Whelp again, just repositioning as the sniper.
I mean, both teams here set up really well to try, or to not let anybody through, covering all their bases, all the entrances and exits. They got people everywhere, they know where everyone is. Same trying to get a little bit adventurous here, but Virgil is almost completely hidden. Might have to settle for some sort of other pick. But
dude,
in this
walrex,
case, a pick is all you need.
The whole team of walrex is so grouped up around their dispenser, that area behind the wall, that it allowed so much space for Kronge soldiers to come out the big door, but they did take a lot of damage and nothing came of it, as Whelp is still on this sniper, just rotating around. Lower, right, left, looking for a pick.
Just imagine one crit stick if you were dropped down.
That would be the hero play. But it's not going to happen.
Well, speaking of hero plays,
Yeah, Nixie has the
looks like
crit.
Nixie has the revenge crits.
Are there going to be any shenanigans here? Let's see. I don't think he's going to risk it just yet. Yeah.
Are they going to Uber in on Nixie with the revenge crits?
Now that would be a ballsy play. And Golden looks to pick up the sniper, does manage to do it. So finally there's a frag, dropping 2 picks. There's the revenge crits coming out. Animus does even it out. So a 1-pick advantage. I don't think walrex are gonna really do anything from this. It seems like they're just sticking around in lobby, feeling it out, but backing up once again. So the revenge crits ultimately not really doing much. And Whelp, he's back. He's back on the spy.
I mean, the revenge crit's definitely helping to secure that 1 kill. They did have a player advantage, and they could have pushed out on last with it, although it would have been definitely just a little bit risky, potentially. But sometimes you gotta take those chances in order to just, you know, play the game and not just stalemate. Although in a case like this, where there's actually something on the line, you don't really want to mess around and end up throwing the match.
Okay, so either Walrex or Alexandros, one of them switched to Spy, and so they know the game now. They know Whelp is on Spy, and that's why they got this Pyro as well, just doing his best spy checking impression, flailing around the flamethrower. So it's going to be real tough for Whelp now to get the... As he's not even in last yet. He's still just sitting by the shutter door, just waiting for the opportunity to do something.
Yeah, the Pyro has now been
He has the dead rigger. He has the dead rigger. Oh, and he gets fragged down. Oh, he's trying to go for the hero. Unable to do so. I would have laughed so hard if that worked, but there's the soldier in. That's going to be Walrex trying his best. He gets cleaned up right away. Well, I mean,
at least from my point of view, it honestly looked like that stair stab was going to work.
Yeah, he was like floating in the air. It was like, it was almost gonna happen, but alas, it did not happen. I guess that's good for Walrex. I would have rage quit right then and there. So let's see what happens now. Kronge playing a lot more aggressively now. Their whole combo is by this shutter side. Styles takes a rocket. He's gonna back up here, get the mini health pack, and seems like they are done with those off-class shenanigans. Well, back on his scout class, and we're gonna get a little bit of this stalemate. I don't think either team is really gonna push with only 3 minutes remaining, and it's gonna be a bit boring. 2 frags. Let's see what Walrex does from here. If they actually push out, or elect to just turtle on this last. So they are going into lobby here. Det being really aggressive, but not really able to do anything. The longer they take, the respawns are going to come back in, and that's exactly what is happening. They're moving forward now. They're committing. It's all or nothing. Walrex, Virgil, all alone. She can't connect with anybody. Finally connects back onto the scout. That's going to be Golden taking this Uber trade. And there's a soldier in behind. No, that's Wolf coming in from behind. 2 meat shots onto Virgil. Virgil just escaping with her life. And all the frags are just being traded back and forth. Seems like we're going to get another stalemate here.
Well, it looks like Kronge was going to come in with this. Now, they did have the health and player advantage, but that sentry gun is just doing work, denying any of those bombs, and just being that little bit of extra damage they needed in order to hold off that push and hopefully survive for these last 3 minutes. Although, going into a tie, I assume it goes to Golden Cap, although I'm not 100% sure there.
I am not sure either, but I think that would be the best guess, as it would be very disappointing to just end on a tie with how exciting this match has been. But let's see what happens in these final 2 minutes, as anything can happen. Any team can take this round. We've seen a lot of fast rounds, and let's see. Yeah, we got a little bit of GG lag there, so could just be the match. Could be just the time running down, but let's see what happens here. 12 is going to be the first frag down, but one soldier is bombing in, unable to really do anything, gets 1 rocket onto Virgil, but she's going to get the health pack, so nothing happens from that. Alexandros does his best to respond in kind. 1 rocket onto Styles, but again, nothing comes from that. Both teams still have the Uber, And Kronge moving forward now.
Both teams also fairly even on players here, although the spawners have come in just a little bit sooner for Kronge. Again, with the even Ubers though, in this little time, at this point, with the even Ubers, you don't want to make a play without some sort of sack, but with this little time, it's worth it to just kind of throw a Hail Mary and do your best to try and collapse and get some picks in order to move on. Getting one pick early on, 2, 3, and the drop again! And it looks like we might be able to take this round, although I don't want to jinx it. Coming in, those spawners are going to have to come in super quick, but it doesn't look like it's going to be quick enough. And with one hell of a drop coming in from Kronge, they're going to take the first map.
I think I know who the MVP for me of this match is. It's got to be Skelly. The number of bombs that he's had where he just decimates walrex, both the player and the team, just completely destroys everybody in front of him and gets the drops onto Virgil. None more crucial than that last drop onto Virgil as it seals the deal. Kronge taking it 5-4. And we still got another map. We're going to process.
Yeah, definitely. Although it looks like I actually need to download the newest version of Process. Guess that's what happens when you're not in TF2 for basically 6 months. Definitely a great finish, though. As we had said, that was the even match we wanted to see. Lots of back and forth, lots of fast rounds, and showing some dominance as well. But all in all, just a good map, and I hope we can get a good process as well.
Yeah, hoping the best for the mentality of Team walrex, as I do not want them to be too heartbroken after such a disappointing for them for that last map. Hopefully they can bounce back and keep it competitive here in this second map of process.
Yeah,
we do
definitely.
have logs up on the screen for the second half here.
Yeah, definitely we want to keep this competitive and continue to put on a good show for everybody. As you had mentioned, I hope they're not too heartbroken still, just being able to have fun. And at the core of it, you play video games to have fun. Sure, there might be a little bit of money and glory in it here and there with competitive TF2, but again, at the core of it, you're playing to have fun. And what's the point to play if you're not enjoying it?
Wise words. And what I said about Skelly just doing so much for his team, it shows here, as I think he's top damage here, 255 DPM, just doing so much for his team, all the impact that he was having on Soldier. Amazing play.
And trying to close my TF2, it is now frozen.
Just TF2 things. On the side of walrex, you can see, seems like that is Alexandros, I think, at the top of the DPM charts. For walrex, he was doing a lot, jumping around, getting a lot of impact behind the lines, but both teams now looking to reset as they come into process here, warming themselves up, their already warm hands. And I'm imagining we're going to see a lot more of these high impact frag plays on such a map like process. Lots of open sight lines, more sniper plays hopefully, and
Yeah, definitely. I just hope with process it doesn't resort down to stalemates, because to my knowledge, process seems to be notoriously bad for just all sorts of different stalemates and weird things. And although probably one of my favorite things about process are the rollouts and the different jumps you can do to be able to get to the other side of the map and just fly into the enemy.
exactly. It's going to be a great playground for the soldiers to try and just showcase their skills and see if they can get any more of those frag movie highlights in this match, as most of the players are now in the server, just waiting for one more player on the side of Kronge Realm. And we'll be getting right into the second match shortly after that. Do you have any predictions for the second map after how that first map went?
Well, I want to say Kronge is going to take it just because they took that first map, and a little bit of synergy definitely showed potentially be a little bit of an advantage. Although I would say both teams are fairly evenly matched. I don't think one team is so much better than the other, and at least from what we've seen, I think it's going to be a fairly even match once again.
Yeah, I'm imagining the same. I'm not sure if it'll be a 5-4 as close as it was before. That's what I'm crossing my fingers for. And we're going to get right back into it. So here we go. Map number 2, and we just got debated. Lovely.
Well, considering I have just now downloaded the map and restarted TF2, it's probably a good thing we got debated.
5, 4.
Round 2. Here we go. The countdown goes again. And we are live. We have walrex versus Kronge. Map 2 of the invite qualifier. Kronge, if you're just joining us now, you missed a banger of a map 1. Kronge taking that 5-4. walrex looking to respond here as the soldier coming right in. Skelly is up to his antics again, just going super fast, getting onto dead, but unable to finish the kill. And now both teams just rotating around. Kronge Styles got backed up into the corner, and walrex showing up in full force here, taking all the frags, taking 4 players down, only Whelp remaining. And it's just going to be Nomi in the backlines, kill binds to group up with the rest of his team. And walrex looking really strong coming into the second one.
Still not quite in the game yet.
Lovely. Here we go as Kronge are just spawning up. 2 of their players are just coming in, and walrex are already all on last. They have so much pressure all over the place, but Alexandra is going to be the first frag down. Animus gets 1 frag. Uber popped on the point. They're just going to try and stand on it, get a lot of point pressure, but they are getting 1 frag. The respawns are finally coming in Kronge. It's a 4v5 here, trying their best. 1 soldier up in the air, gets peppered down, and it's going to be a bit of a 1v1 here. The demo just staying alive. Styles hitting him with the head, and somehow, some way, Kronge are going to take this and stay alive on the last point as they recap the second point now.
Well, I completely missed all of that, but by the sounds of it, it's a pretty exciting, almost uncle around there with seemingly Kronge just barely being able to hold on to that last point and being able to retake second off the tail end of that, and now going in for another mid-fight here with full Uber out as well.
One thing that is happening here, walrex is just hiding in the corner, just waiting for his time to pounce. And it seems like everybody else is going to take the pressure off for him. Nixie gets 1 shot, 1 rocket onto Styles, but Styles stays alive. Oh, Skelly's going to crater there as Nixie is just getting headshot after headshot. All the frags going in his favor. Whelp alive. It's a 1v2, 2 soldiers against Scout. Sorry, Scout, that is not going to work out for you. And I was wrong. It's a demo and a soldier. So Kronge not gonna be able to cap the midpoint, and instead it's just gonna be a little bit of an extended fight here. 1 soldier, that's gonna be walrex, just sticking around trying to get some extra damage, but he's gonna get picked up. So it's gonna all reset back to the midpoint. walrex on mid, and 1 soldier going super fast. That's Skelly. Goes down right away. Does manage to pick up the demo though. So a lot of space created for his team. And just with that demo pick, walrex gonna back up all the way to their second point.
Definitely a little bit of a scrappy fight there on the mid, at least for that free fight over mid. I think that's one of those situations where you get into a fight and just nobody wins because you seem to be left off in the same situation you were before the fight started. Another fight over on the second point here. Some picks going in the way of walrex, although those are quickly being equalized. And as I say that, picks are going back into the favor of walrex. They're potentially looking to try and go through this choke point and
they're taking so much damage through this. Yeah, they were just trying to bully their way through, feeling the confidence, but unable to use it and to get through, as Kronge are going to hold on to this, the choke point and the midpoint, and everything's going to equalize back on the sniper, trying to get a sight line.
Yeah, and unfortunately it seems like we're going to be seeing exactly what I didn't want to. The thing Process is known for, potentially the best, is good old-fashioned stalemates. As you had said, the sniper out to try and break that little bit of a stalemate. But unfortunately with this map, at least on this point, there aren't a whole lot of really good sightlines, and there are some pretty good places for Virgil to hide in order to just stay away from that headshot.
Yeah, Monsta's rotating all around in the IT area right now, but really unable to see anything from the sightline. I'm thinking he's gonna, at some point, rotate over to Sewer to actually get a sightline onto the medic. But with him losing a teammate, I think he's just gonna stick around here. One soldier bombing in, unable to really get a lot of damage onto Virgil though. Really any damage, so everything, sorry, onto Styles. I'm mixing up the medics. Here we go. Monsta rotating to the Sewer position, the team supporting him, and he's going to slowly charge his way up. I think one of his teammates is going to open the door.
This is going to be a little bit risky with those stickies on the other side.
Yeah. His teammate's going to eat it, as Animus, being a good bro, taking the damage for his sniper, and just in response to the soldier bombing right in, gets two really good rockets onto Styles, but Styles has balls of steel, will not pop to a measly 2 rockets. So everything stays the same, and Monsta is going to get another chance, rotating over to Sewer.
That was one of those classic Process rollouts we see, getting very close to that pick. As you can, Styles having balls of steel. I think he lived with maybe 1 or 2 health just from the end of that last rocket. But at that second rocket, if you don't die from that, there isn't really any point popping. The soldier's probably going to die.
Oh my god.
If he doesn't, that's not your fault, that's the team's.
That is just tempting fate. He peeked into that sideline so many times, and Monsta is getting so many opportunities to hit the shots, but he is not able to hit those shots as he's getting peppered down and finally taken out in Sewer. Nixie stays alive, picks up the frag, and now everything's going to equalize again. Alexander was bombed in, but unable to do anything from it. And now, there's a chance. Buelp is not going to go behind. He is going to go behind. And now, Kronge have a player in behind Buelp in the lobby. And Skelly bombed in, taking a lot of damage, but he manages to get the force, and that is mission accomplished. The counter pop out of the side of Kronge Realm, but that is mission accomplished. As I said, they do manage to get the second point and break the stalemate.
Now, they did break the stalemate and get the second point, but it seems like we're just going to be going right into another.
And they aren't going to get the second point. Not even. They get onto the second point, but they don't get the second point. And now they're going to lose all their players for it. 3 players are remaining. The rest of walrex bombing forward. Alexandros just doing his best jumper main. Oh, and coming in right with the fadeaway rocket onto Style. Style dies. And the 2 scouts trying to do their best at staving off this mid cap. Animus and Buelp working together, taking these this 2v3 against the players of walrex on the midpoint. And walrex, they are not able to cap it yet as Buelp is in behind again. Let's see if he tries to take this 1v2 too. Oh my lord, how does he get both frags there? Just showing up the scouts on the side of walrex, showing them what the meat shot is all about. And just from that, it seems like walrex are not going to be able to cap this midpoint. The soldiers are trying their best, getting back in here, but... And now Kronge are going to back up again. They lose Nomi. They do manage to pick up death though, so everything equalizing in Buelp's heroics. The 1v2 did manage to pan out.
In the back lines there, Virgil did also die, nearly being able to get away, but kind of just getting stuck on that rocket, eating the last rocket. So at the end of that fight, Kronge is going to come out with about 55% Uber advantage, and it looks like they are going to move on to the second point. Potentially being able to get that for free, but it isn't going to be as such. It is going to be fairly heavily contested. A big bomb. Oh no! Really
Styles just got so caught out there. Oh my lord. The pipes and the frags being traded across, and the 2 scouts are absolute menaces here. It's going to be Buelp doing his best impression against staying alive for so long. And now, that was Nomi's chance, but unable to capitalize on the damage or the frags. And now, walrex are going to move forward, trying to take this midpoint.
just again, those big bombs coming in from the soldiers, just being super clutch in a situation like that, and taking that Uber out before there's a chance to use it, and just securing that second point. The rest of the team just coming in again to clean up. The last couple of players there on Kronge Realm just essentially grasping at straws, trying to get that med pick.
We have Whelp on heavy here, just sitting in the forward. So this is a tactical play, and let's see how this pans out. He's biding his time here, just sitting with his mushroom hat on. Seems like his team is going to call when is the correct time, as Virgil is now going to come into the sideline, but Whelp pulled the trigger too early. He's going to despawn, and the heavy shenanigans do not work out.
I mean, this could just be a big brain invite play the heavy there, but at least from there, it doesn't seem like you're close enough to get any good damage onto the medic soon enough. And I think a sniper may have been a better chance there to try and catch Virgil as she went into the lower lobby.
Well, there is...
The heavy just end up working out, but looks like they are going to get the point anyway.
Yeah, there is a reason we're playing the invite qualifiers and not invite yet. It seems like if they were in invite, maybe that would have worked a little bit better. But Kronge now just streaming forward through the choke point, not caring about any of the spam, because there was no spam from the team of walrex, trying to do their best. They do manage to pick up one kill. Whelp feeding his way forward. Virgil taking a few rockets, but a lot of damage being exchanged, and Styles is actually the one at lower HP. Does pick up the health pack to recoup the losses, the health, but now all the frags are going on the side of Kronge Realm. 2 frags down, that's Virgil down, that's Det down, and 1 scout, 1 soldier. They're the last remaining foes on this midpoint. 1 soldier bombing in, but unable to get onto Styles. Styles just staying alive, styling on walrex, and they're gonna be able to cap this midpoint. There's a soldier coming back in. He can't find Styles. He's looking, but he can't find Styles. And he's gonna back up all the way back to the choke.
So when it comes to this game, we're about 11 minutes into the map here. No rounds on the board yet, still, and I wouldn't even call it very stalemate-y. It's just a back and forth game. Have your predictions changed at all yet from before the match started?
I was expecting walrex to still put up a good fight. And there's an Uber used on last. We'll get back to that point when there's another stalemate, as Kronge Realm has taken the second point, and Team Walrex will have the Uber here, Uber advantage. They're around 70% here, but building quickly, and seems like one player is pretty far forward. Alexandros just walking around, waddling, and nobody on Kronge Realm saw him until he backed out there. So let's see what they do with this Uber advantage. They're grouping up to go through 3. They're out, and the Uber used. Det bombs right forward, but it looks like they're not going to be able to get any frags from this. So hopefully they can get at least a second point. Otherwise, it was all for naught. And I don't think they're going to be able to do this, as the Uber for Kronge Realm is now coming in. The fear of the Uber, the fear is so strong that Team Walrex are going to back all the way out. As the Uber, I think we might be seeing the first round here. The Uber is being used on this last, as the first frag is actually in favor of Team Walrex. They managed to pick up Nomi. Walrex equalizes with another frag onto Skelly, and the heroic heavy trying his best. And how am I jinxing everything? Walrex are somehow going to defend their last point. One thing has carried over from map 1. These teams cannot use an Uber advantage.
Well, I wouldn't even say it was that. It was looking so good early on, especially being able to catch out the demo just in door 1 there before the Uber was even used. But unfortunately, not quite the focus fire we need. That heavy staying alive way too long, and just not being able to get the collapse with the rest of that Uber, and in with the post Uber as well. Spawns coming in just in time. All in all, it looked good for Kronge Realm in the beginning, but I think this is where a lot of that more experience
Oh, Nomi! Was that a trap? I think that was a trap. Just killed 2 players right away and completely stopped the Walrex push. So Walrex licking their wounds, backing up all the way. The 2 scouts, chariots, defenders of Virgil, as they back up to the last point. And Kronge Realm are going to capitalize, take this second point, and let's see if they can do something this time. Seems like they're not pushing just yet. They do have a sniper on Whelp, so that's going to slow it down a little bit. But they are using the Uber right away. And there's going to be... They have cap time. They have cap time this time. So much cap time. The players of walrex jumping out of respawn, but they're blocking it for now.
A very similar situation as we had just seen with that last Uber, although it's not over yet. Still having the meds of both teams up, but with the Uber coming in for Virgil right now, that is going to be that push over and done for. Very similar again, the spawn's coming in just in time for walrex. The focus fire's not quite being there for Kronge, and having the sniper in an Uber push probably didn't help too much either.
Oh!
But a nice airhead shot there! Definitely, I guess...
It kind of stopped the push, like, as soon as that happened,
yeah, definitely.
Team walrex just backed up right away.
Trying to just go against what I was saying about the sniper not being too useful there and just showing his worth.
Yeah, and Kronge are gonna capitalize on this. They're really deep in last. They're rotating all around heaven. Just rotating all. They're on top of Team walrex. Yeah, they have so much cap time. They take it. Kronge 1-0 up in this first half.
Well, definitely there, the sniper trying to make me eat my words. That's what I was looking for on that re-push on the last. Definitely making sure his use, not only getting a couple of picks, but just with the positioning there, near perfect, and clearing out that sideline, especially for that heavy.
So we get a second mid fight here, and let's see what happens here. The scout's taking the high ground on the side of Kronge, doing a lot of damage. Monster gets the first frag onto the demo, and with no zoning ability from the demo, everybody on the side of Team walrex are going to back up now, and that is going to be that. Hopefully they can hold on to the second point, or they're going to be back on their last point right away as Nomi is pushing forward already, lobbing stickies across. He has no fear. The team is so slow in backing him up, but he has absolutely no fear. He knows walrex are going to back up as they get another frag onto Nixie.
Now, we may be back onto second pushing last, but Virgil did a really good job managing to get away with the Uber. And actually being able to get the Uber up just before Styles, I believe, there.
Yeah, Virgil was so low there, but she does stay alive and keeps the Uber, but at what cost? They've lost 2 players. They popped it out now on this defense. They do pick up well. Monsta still hiding in heaven. He should get cleaned up here, and now is going to be the refight. It's going to be Demo and Medic against Medic and Soldier here. The respawn's coming in, but they step off the point. Kronge just going super speed now after a 15-minute first round, up this second round in less than 2 minutes.
You know, that post-keeper was looking really good for Kronge. Nearing the middle of that last push, though, it started looking a little bit squirrely, not quite being able to get the picks they needed, and some focus fires not necessarily happening, but they did manage to just stack points and be able to steal that right from under the noses of Team walrex.
Yeah, walrex are really, they're a lot grouped up in the choke point. Det did not manage to get a lot of damage on as he took a lot of damage early on, but it doesn't matter. They're just picking up all the frags. The Soldiers just redeeming the mid here, and walrex looking to try and get back into this match. They're 2-0 down. walrex jumping forward, trying to lead his teamsake's name as everybody is moving forward here. They might be able to pick up the frags. Oh my god, Nomi down, Monster down. It's only going to be Styles and Skelly. Now we know Skelly's a beast, but Styles! Oh no! Almost the beat from Golden, but Golden does kill Styles out. So Virgil goes down as well. Skelly, what did I say about Skelly? The MVP of map 1 comes back in, kills Virgil, and likely saves his team from losing that round.
I don't even know where Virgil was, where she died, or when she died. However, it must have been pretty far back, and as you said, Skelly pulling out all the stops and essentially pulling a miracle out of a hat there. The White Rabbit out of the hat and just being able to pull off that med pick and keep their team in this round just that little bit longer, equalizing the Uber and setting them up to hold this last point with an engineer as well, getting that gun set up on the point.
Yeah, the gun's set up right on the point. No off classes currently on the side of Team walrex. They're just grouped on the second point here, looking to slowly take the lobby area as they clear it out. And let's see if they send both soldiers along this right side. walrex is spamming down the gun, but the engineer dutifully whacking his creation and keeping it healthy. as that's going to be the first pick on Alexandros, and Team Walrex are going to back up all the way.
Yeah, definitely. They do have the picks, gonna start this off a little bit more. They also got the sniper on the side of Walrex, or not on Walrex, on the side of Kronge. Gonna try and peek in here through this 5 door. They do have the soldier there defending him as well, so scouts, if anyone gets too adventurous to try and double meat shot, they are probably gonna be dispatched of quite quickly. Ali trying to potentially get some sort of sight line, some sort of shot, and just make something work. It's gonna go down, but it's gonna be quickly traded out, and then the collapse onto that soldier there.
It's a one-pick advantage. And the sentry gun does go down, but they took a lot of damage for doing that, and Golden goes down as a result, so everything equalizes back up. And Walrex is in, just jumps in, but really unable to do anything, so Kronge Realm, 2-pick advantage. Soldiers moving forward. Monsta peeking rollout, but he's getting spammed. Jumps out. Gets a little bit of space. Spots out where Virgil is, and looks like we're going to have a trade here. And Dead goes down. That is a very bad situation for Team Walrex. They're going to back up all the way. Make sure they don't lose any more players.
I mean, Styles and the rest of Kronge are
also, Golden is on, he's on the spy. He's trying to do something. He's a little late.
Yeah, definitely a little bit late. I mean, pushing out there, it looked like Kronge had a little bit of hesitation. It seems like that hesitation, at least right now, the spy is going to pick up, I believe. Oh no, never mind. Styles made it out alive from that spy. Thought he maybe got the pick because I lost him, but a little bit of hesitation there. They did still manage to get it. Virgil is going to go down. The rest of the players are going to fall shortly thereafter. A good collapse by Kronge on to mid, and is probably going to be taking the second point as well. Fortunately, they're not going to be able to deny a majority of those forward spawns, but it looks like the demo is going to be denied that forward spawn, so not having to deal with the demo going through choke points is definitely going to help their case just that little bit.
Yeah, it seems like Kronge are going to take that advantage to the fullest, moving really quickly to take the second point here as they cap it up, and they will have around a 30 to 40% Uber advantage, as it looks like, are they going to take this through 5? They're just taking their time here. They do have the Uber now, going through 4. And there is the demo pop right away. They're looking to get that cap time, as that has worked out for their previous rounds. Animus gets the first frag onto Walrex, and they've kind of rotated around, one player in heaven, and now all the frags are coming through, and again, Walrex, they popped the Uber to try and defend, but they were not able to get onto the point. And that is a 3-0 half for Kronge.
Definitely looking quite dominant there, although this is one of those cases where the score doesn't really tell the full story. Looking at the score, it's like, oh yeah, Kronge totally rolled. But we're almost 23 minutes in, and we've just now gotten the 3-0, especially with that first round lasting 15 minutes. When it comes down to it, it seems like the Twitch predictions are actually looking fairly accurate, sitting at 57% in favor of Kronge and 43% in favor of Walrex. So far as this first half, how do you think the rest of the game, the second half, is going to play out? Do you think it's going to be a little bit more of the same, or do you think Walrex is going to be able to get a little bit of a second win there and hopefully pull it back in that second half?
Realistically, I'm thinking Kronge are just going to keep this momentum train going forward and take it really fast, but I'm really hoping for Walrex to bounce back here, give us that competitive second half, maybe even mount a bit of a comeback here, and reclaim their the competitive spirit that they had in the first map. They had a lot of good moments here. It's just like near the end of the first half, they just started crumbling, and a lot of those last defenses just being a little bit too late to get onto the point really cost them.
I mean, even still, definitely some clutch plays coming in from a lot of the players on Walrex. Some drops here and there, but in the end, so far for this half, it just hasn't been enough. And I think, honestly, it just comes down to that synergy that a lot of the players of Kronge have been building over the last 4 seasons or so. It means a lot Now, they may not have the invite experience that some of the players on walrex do, but personally, I feel as though that synergy is worth a little bit more than a couple of invite seasons here and there for some of your players.
Yeah, seems like both teams are taking a little bit of a break in this halftime, reset themselves, get them. Yeah, let's look at the stats that we have, the logs. I think we're gonna look at a medic matchup as well on the screen. Firstly, we can see the 3-0. Let's see this medic stat. 8 Ubers on the side of Styles for Kronge, and then Sleepy Joe, aka Virgil, 9 Ubers, 0 drops. The heals going a lot more for Virgil, almost 2,000 more heals.
You know, forget about the extra heals. I think the only reason that Kronge is winning this is because their medic had 9 DPM compared to Virgil's 0. That's clearly the only reason why they're winning. That medic DPM, that's what you need in order to win TF2.
That medic DPM adds up. 9 DPM, 20 minutes, 180 DPM. Wait, what? 180 damage? Can't do math. There we go. 180
That's
damage.
Like,
That's almost. That's a scout.
Kill, right?
There you go. Yeah, and a demo kill. Medic fragger.
I think what it comes down to is just Kronge. They've been playing so well together as a team, especially in these last pushes. A couple of them have been a little bit scuffed here and there, but imagine, or just essentially being able to come down and eventually get that collapse on the post Uber at some point. Maybe it takes them a couple of tries, but they did get it in the end.
It's time. We're in the second half. And oh my god, both soldiers going straight in. That is how this second half is going to go. Monster and Skelly just YOLOing right onto the demo, but unable to pick up the frag. And that's going to gift walrex with a very nice opening. And that's going to be, is it Whelp? I think that's Whelp fighting on the midpoint, trying his best to block it, but Nixie just shuts him down with the MGE on process mid. So good looks for Team walrex now, as they're going to cap the second point as well and look to take this into last.
Seems like on that mid, a little bit of a Hail Mary with the double bomb from Kronge, but they definitely were able to read the situation right and be able to retreat all the way back up to last to keep that Uber and keep themselves in an even Uber situation holding last. You never want to be on Dissat holding last with any sort of Uber or especially players. And this puts them in a position to try and retake this second point if they get the picks, and it looks like they are going to get the opening pick here, and they do have the better health, both heals, health and overheal. Oh! Really nice air shots. Players grouped up, Uber's popping off. Another pick though in favor of Kronge. But it looks like Kronge is going to take this. They do have the extra picks. The collapse isn't quite there, and it looks like Virgil is going to be able to get away with the spawners coming up. But still, not all for naught. They did manage to get the point there, and as long as they can keep their players alive and hold on to this, it is looking good for Kronge right now.
Yeah, Team walrex want to block this. The scout is so aggressive forward, and the soldiers are bombing forward. They're getting the frags, though. 2 frags. Monster down. Skelly is going to go down as well, but they pick up Virgil, and that is the frag that counts. Styles stays alive. However, they only have 3 players. This will be a 5v3 on the last point, and they're going to try their best. And, well, smartly switching onto the heavy. The heavy is going to just take so much time to kill, and you can see the power of that heavy class, the heavy Putin's man, as he defends the last point, and Kronge stave off the comeback round from walrex and keeps it 3-0.
I mean, when it comes down to that 5v3, due to the health being so low on the side of walrex, I'd say it was more of a 3v3 just in terms of the total health pools, and especially that heavy. So good at dispatching of low health targets. Virgil going down there was really the key pick there and being able to hold that last, just not being able to get the heals up, and they went for it anyway, didn't work out for them, and they're back onto their own second as a result.
Back onto their own second and trying to start the engine for the comeback train here. They're going right through the choke right now, and there's Skelly coming in from behind the impact frags again. Skelly just hiding in sewer. Nobody cleared him out, and he takes down Virgil again. Virgil just having the worst game ever. as she is getting pressured so much. Det falls, and the rest of the players of walrex are going to fall as well. Alexandra's trying his best, does a lot of damage. walrex tries to finish it, but Styles stays alive, and he's gonna have the full Uber.
You can just see the desperation there, just sending one player in after another in hopes to just get that last little bit of damage to drop Styles Uber. But again, the synergy coming out from Kronge, just grouping up in a ball around their medic there and protecting him so well, being able to dispatch of each and every last player, wiping them entirely, getting the second point off the back of that, and almost about 50% Uber advantage here going into last. They're going to lose this now if they don't go soon. Level 3 is up though for the side of walrex, although it does go down fairly soon. Maybe slowing down Kronge just that little bit, just enough. Left does come in from the point, but the health does look to be in favor of Kronge, with the first two picks going their way as well. Virgil dying, more things to follow. The point is going to go there, and that puts us at 4-0 in favor of Kronge.
4-0, and what I was thinking, realistically, I'm thinking Kronge are probably going to take it 5-0, but if it's now or never for Team walrex, they're going to have a comeback. They got to start now. They want the TCM. And it's going to have to be led by Det here. Takes the health pack right away. Alexandro's nice pick right away onto Monsta. And that is a good start to the mid as they take the ground forward. walrex bombing forward, but he's going to get shot in the side by Animus. But they are so far forward, just zoning out the players of Kronge. They're backed up all the way past their choke onto the second point. And seems like it is a successful mid-win for Team walrex. And they lose Virgil. Of course, it's Skelly just coming in from the PC area, the IT area.
You know, I hate to say it, but I think on the successful mid-win there, you spoke a little bit too soon. Skelly, time after time again, just pulling that white rabbit out of the hat and just being exactly what Kronge needs. I don't want to say to stay in this game as they are leading 4-0, but to stay in this round and be able to just take out Virgil, giving them the advantage time and time again, and just being a key player and making those key plays in order to give their team the edge.
Yeah, this is so rough for Virgil, as Kronge are just going to move forward here, look to take the second point with this Uber advantage that they have. It's a whole 60%. Virgil is not building super fast here, as they are more focused on the defense. I'm surprised we haven't seen an off-class, finally, the engineer, but it's going to be so late. Kronge are already through. The sentry is not going to be able to really do anything. Skelly gets a frag. More frags. Skelly gets 2 frags. Oh, that one of them was sentry gun, sorry. And Team walrex trying their best here, but is going to be all over. An anticlimactic finish to the second map, but Kronge was the stronger team. Congratulations to them, 5-0 on the second map.
You know, you say anticlimactic, and definitely an anticlimactic finish in that second half. The first half, though, definitely a lot more balance there, but throughout that first half, obviously Kronge just being able to get the momentum and the steam kind of running out of the engines of walrex at the end there, just not being able to put up enough of a fight in that second half to have a chance of getting those last couple of rounds or potentially coming back.
Commiserations to both teams, and that was an absolutely entertaining first map. Second map has had its highlights as well, and
yeah, I'm just happy process wasn't a stalemate fest.
I agree. That would have been the worst case scenario. So let's see if we have any logs here. Logs are shortly going to come up here, as Kronge once again won both maps. Snakewater 5-4, Process 5-0, and I really don't know what is the status on the invite qualifier. I'm guessing since they won, that's going to give them at least 2 points from those 2 wins. I'm not sure if that puts them already through into invite. I know that walrex won the first 2-0 matchup that they had against Bad Boy. I think that was the team. So perhaps they are equal in points right now, both teams with 2 wins. So we'll see if the qualifiers continue and which team gets to match up against who gets to play Grant Vincent in RGL Season 8 invite.
I mean, whatever ends up happening at the rest of the qualifiers, I think both of these teams would probably be at least a decent fit in invite. Definitely it would be nice to see some new faces. Either way, some new faces on both of these teams, but specifically in Kronge, some of them having a little bit of invite experience in seasons 5 and 6, respectively. However, honestly, I want to see Skelly in invite. I want to see the kind of shenanigans he can get up to against some of these more seasoned teams. Just trying to pull off some of those plays that he did in this game tonight, and see what other sorts of rabbits he can pull out of hats.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get the logs here, but I think we know how it went for this final map. I think the main takeaway we saw was that Virgil died a lot there, and a lot of the times just by Skelly. And just keeping your medic alive, that's very critical. A precondition for winning the match. And Team Walrex was not able to do that, so unfortunately, they fall 0-5 to Kronge. So congratulations to Kronge again. I think if we don't have the logs, we might as well just wrap it up for tonight. Thank you everybody for coming out to watch the exciting game, Walrex versus Kronge CQ. I think there's going to be more invite qualifier matches. If not, one more tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Exciting action. Shout outs to Microcheese on the production and the great camera work. Do you got anything else to say, Dirtman?
I guess I just want to thank the players of both teams for putting on a good show, coming out tonight, doing the best they can. Props to both of the medics. I guess my condolences to Virgil, definitely having a hard time against Skelly there. Kind of hard to put up against a magician such as himself. Either way, good game. Congratulations definitely to Kronge for especially being able to pull it out in that second map there. Kind of pulling out all the stops there, but with all that being said, I mean, kind of all has been said there. Fortunately, no access to logs for that second half there. Seems like some issues were going on with the server. By the way, it was a good, fun game to watch, and a good game to be back to casting and just back into the world of TF2 after almost 7 months.
I can say the same. GG's to all the players. My voice is completely shot, but it was an absolutely fun time. Hopefully, all the viewers had a fun time watching as well. And we will see you back here tomorrow for another invite qualifier match. Stay tuned. Good night, everybody.
You wanna know my feelings every time I look in your eyes. Baby, I can feel your energy, it's making me realize everything we've been through makes us strong enough. You and I, everything we've been through makes us strong enough. You and I, you and I. we've been through makes us strong enough. You and I, you and I. Everything we've been through makes us strong